So what I'm doing right now, I've added 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of canola oil. Please don't. Okay, I have the right eye on. To this back eye right here, and I'm actually gonna bring the heat up on the oil really slow. As I said, it is. Oh my gosh! I'm putting the tripod in the pan. If you can see it, this is my low notch. I'm at like low, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to see what happens if I let this heat up very slowly. Very slowly. Actually, I should heat it up a little bit faster. Okay, medium. I'm gonna let it get hot for a little bit, and then I'm gonna turn the heat back down, and I'm gonna throw in this little bit of acorn squash and sweet potato, and see what exactly that does. Cause, ooh, there's oil all over this oven. So that's my thing, is I want to try and see what would happen if I tried to just, oh my gosh, I just touched the tripod with my oily hands. See what would happen if I try to just saute them and see if it could work. But then again, it may take a really long time. I'm kind of far away from the camera for the minute. I have to take the oil off my hands. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, it's been like a good minute. I also don't want to make sure everything feels hot above me, but it's because I'm over the stove vent. I can't tell if you could see that's at like 54:45, 54:43. Okay, let's not count that much, but the pan feels a little hot. I'm going to turn it back down. I'm going to go ahead and add my vegetables and shake out whatever oil is left in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and let that go back at like very medium, low, medium, low, medium, and just kind of let that go for a little bit. I'm going to check back on it in a few minutes. So I broke into the arugula container. Ta-da. There's an interesting thing on the side. Because it's pre-washed, ready to eat. I kind of wanted to try the arugula just as is. Oh yeah. Arugula is bitter. Okay. So, I'm not... Which is weird because I still want more. Because I'm hungry. But don't fret, I do have peanut butter. I think I'm going to be eating that in a minute. But I kind of wanted to taste it just to realize, what am I working with? And while I'm doing that, I'm eating my veggies. So, here's something I'm going to do. I think I'm going to wilt this, or I'm going to put all the roasted veggies on top of that. Now, you may be wondering, but what are you going to do with this? Oh my gosh, I feel like I sounded like Jerry Seinfeld. I kind of want to make, like, a sauce, marinade, or just a drizzle with this. So, I'm going to go ahead and actually work with this while everything else is going. I haven't tested the vegetables. You hear stuff kind of crackling in the background. Actually, the one thing I want to just do is, as I just poke it with a fork, it's not soft. It's a little soft. But I'm still doing this same temperature. It's already been like, I've got less than 46 minutes, 47 minutes, excuse me. Just less than 47 minutes. So it's already been about 7 minutes. And I'm just doing that. I probably honestly should be turning over the vegetables in thing at a certain point. I might honestly be lazy and not. Alright, so actually I think the stuff on that is sauteing is almost done. I'm going to go ahead and work with this tangelo right here. Ooh, juicy. Juicy. So I honestly have no idea. I don't have great memory on what tangelos taste like. So you're going to break me off a piece of that tangelo. Yeah, I'm corny. So, I can't remember if it's super sweet. Hold on. Okay. Not where I thought it was going to be. I had to do that over garbage whip. And this is like full of juice. It doesn't have a lot of taste. It doesn't have a lot of sweetness. It's not sour. So what I'm going to do is, as I reposition the camera, and adjust, I'm going to take the juice out of this half right here. Man, that is not going to work in there. Okay, I'm going to have to cut these smaller. Because I almost smushed my finger in the juicer. It's the only juicer I have. So, I've got to work with it. I'm going to take... There we go. I don't know if you could see... Yeah, hopefully you should see, like, there's a little bit of juice at the bottom. And I'm going to take... Maybe this is going to be technically less than a half. Because this is the side that I took a piece from. Let's see. Maybe I might want to use the whole thing. But, wow! Okay, you probably saw that. Actually, that's a lot of juice right there. So, what I'm going to do with this... Should I use the whole thing? You know what, I'm just going to use the whole thing. I don't think I'm going to do anything special with this later. Especially knowing now that it's not that sweet. I don't really care. I'm going to take out all the juice from this baby. So I can get my vitamin C's. Yeah, vitamin C's. Oh, this thing is so juicy. This is the last one. After I do all of this, I'm actually gonna... Oh my gosh, I'm losing juice. Oh my gosh, I'm losing juice everywhere. So, what I want to do is kind of create a nice flavoring for it. So this is all the juice that came out of the thing. If you think about it, oranges kind of do that much, if not less. So what I want to do is... do I want to use soy sauce? Okay, the first thing I want to do with that is add a little bit of maple syrup. As of course, we are keeping this vegan. My other option I thought of for a second was honey, but technically honey is a no-no. If you're doing this vegan. If you're doing this vegetarian, honey's fine. And some people might not realize, it's like, wait, but honey's not vegan? Well, it comes from an animal. Well, it comes from an insect. Comes from a quote-unquote living human. Not human. Living thing! So, you know, and try to whisk that together. I need a spoon. So I can figure out how this is. So I just threw in a little bit of maple syrup for sweetness. Wow, I think that brought out the sweetness. I don't know if it was that or the fact that this thing is maybe just sweet in concentrate. A little bit of soy sauce. I mean, a little bit. Gosh, this thing like comes out like nobody's business. And this is a huge thing of soy sauce. We buy this container of soy sauce and just lasts for a while. I mean, if you have the money, use a little bit of tamari. But no. This thing from an Asian market, as you can see, costs, or you might not be able to see. That's okay, you can't see. $2.99, bro. $2.99. We barely use it. Put that away. And I mean, do I need any oil? Kind of curious, because you know there's that show, salt, fat, acid, salt, fat, sweet, I think? I can't remember. Okay, interesting. It gave it a little tang. I'm gonna throw a little bit of oil in there, not a lot, just the tiniest bit. This might not make any sense. Okay, those 3 drips. 3 drips. But this is kind of to make like almost like a big vinaigrette. Okay. So yes, I'm the only one eating this, so I can taste. Actually, that's really interesting. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world. It's definitely not bad. It's sweet with a little bit of salt. I'm gonna throw one more small dollop of soy sauce in here. Because, again, this thing, if I don't think about it, it can run wild. I tell you, wild. Because this thing's so big. And you see the colors actually changed. Let's see. I had a glitch in my phone. The colors changed. It's gotten a little darker. And it's a little bit salty. A little bit salt, tangy, sweet, which I'm kind of happy with. I'm working with everything that's on the stove top. I feel like it's definitely gotten a good saute on it. I don't know if you can see me. I'm flipping over the stuff in the back pan over here. Eee. Yeah, by the way, even if you don't think you're going to use skins on something, wash it just in case you realize, oh, I can actually use this skin. Which I waited till like last minute after I cut all the squash I ended up doing. So honestly, I think I also used way too much oil over here to saute this little bit of vegetables. Yeah, but then again, I might be able to reuse it. Because again, I'm a little hungry. That's why I've been already eating the arugula. So, I may be trying this out as my dinner. Just a little bit of arugula. This stuff is bitter. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to just pop that in there, see how it tastes on the arugula. It does cut down on the bitterness a little bit. It's not that bad. Alright. So, we may go for the abbreviated version of what I really wanted. So, I have taken the stuff out of the pan. These are the sauteed bit of veg. And I'm going to go ahead and throw some of the arugula right in the same pan. I haven't turned the heat off. It's still on like pretty low, but it's been on so long that I figured... Oh yeah, I forgot. Leafy greens carry a lot of water. Be careful if you do something like throw a leafy green into a hot pan of oil. So I'm gonna like wilt this a little bit and see what happens. So, you know, there's still use for this oil. This actually smells pretty nice as it's cooking. Ooh, this stuff, like most leafy greens, cooks up pretty fast. I don't want it to be, I don't know, I've never really cooked arugula. But, here you go. This is the abbreviated version of my chosen thought process of the day. So, the arugula cooked up pretty quick. Again, this has been on for a while. I cooked everything that was in there for like almost 20 minutes. And it was mostly to make sure the not the spinach. That was mostly to make sure the skin on the acorn squash got nice and soft. Oh yeah, bad sound, sorry. That even bothered me. So, here we go. We've got a little bit of that little bit of arugula. I've got the vegetables. Ooh, I'm gonna make this a nice presentation, like for the gram. Do it for the gram. And I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of this over that. This is obviously not a full meal right now. I mean, I've got more vegetables in the oven, and that's why I'm also not using up all of the stuff. But this is just a little take on my greater plan. So how does it look? I'm going to give you a second to tell you how it tastes. I need to take a quick photo. So now I am going to try this interesting thing I made. So let's actually see how well the acorn squash came out with the skin on. It's chewy. It's not... It kind of feels like just something crispy. With the seasoning, it came out pretty well. I'm not getting any of that mixture I made. Maybe I should reduce that. Maybe I should try that. But... I feel like I maybe need to season this a little bit more, these pieces, but the arugu's actually lost a little bit of its bite when you cook it. Not everything's as seasoned well. Like that second piece of squash I got doesn't feel like it caught enough seasoning, or maybe it's because I didn't have it with the sweet potato. But a bite of everything together. It's not too bad. A little bit of the crunchiness of the outside with the squash and the sweetness of the sweet potato, with a little bit of salt and everything. It's very good. And like I said, I'm hungry, so I kind of needed to eat something. This made me feel a little bit better for the moment. But we will still see what happens when I get the roast vegetables out. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. Fixing, good. So, the timer just went off on the stove and I turned everything off, but the food is still in the oven, so gotta take this out. Gotta be real careful because I don't want to hurt myself. There you go. So you can kind of see me taking the veggies out, but not much of me. Okay. Ooh. Yes, this is, ooh, part of the potato went a little too far. As you can see, one black piece of potato. Hopefully. Oh, super crunchy. Definitely too well done. But, looking at everything else looks, well, that is definitely soft. This is, yeah, probably should have really flipped this stuff. Because I'm realizing the potatoes, one black side, one probably not so black side. But oh, so hot. But still very good. I think I'm gonna do, I'm still hungry, I didn't really eat anything else, but one potato. What I'm gonna do a little bit differently from before is, oh my gosh, I just put, no, that pan's not hot, never mind. What this is, I'm gonna redo the arugula in the back pan. There's still a little bit of oil in there, but while I let this get cooled down so I can eat these. But you see, like, this not being completely cool isn't stopping me completely, right? I'm just like, food! Give me the food. Even if it possibly burns my tongue. Not too bad. Maybe too much oil in certain places. No, I'm just hungry. Yeah, you hear my lip smacking, sorry. But I'm going to do the arugula in the back, and I'm going to drizzle a little bit of the topolo mixture on top. So, I mean, part of this is soft. It's just the skin's kind of crunchy. I like how this came out roasted. Roasted sweet potatoes, so good. It's an option to take off the skin on the squash. I just lacked will after a certain point. The will to live. No. It's not that bad, though. It really isn't. So, we're going to try to wilt a little bit more of the arugula, but this time with the sauce. Give me a few seconds. Or a minute. So I threw the arugula in already. Now, it's not as hot as it was before, of course. But it's not going to take that much time for the arugula to wilt down. You know, because it's leafy greens. They're mostly water. But what I'm going to do is, as I'm still eating the veg, this is, be careful when you do stuff like this, putting liquids into pans with oil. I dab like three spoonfuls of my liquid mixture in there. I have this on medium heat because I have no more patience. Let's kind of wilt this down a little bit. Honestly, this is already basically wilted. This didn't even take that long. And again, sorry for me using a metal fork in a metal pan. And I'm a little hungry and impatient. So I'm probably going to just do that little bit much more of arugula and just a ton of veggies. So usually most people don't do that much arugula. So, sorry about the scratching sound. Okay, so here's a little bit of arugula right here. I'm going to grab as many bits of potatoes as I can. One side soft, the other side kind of crispy, which I do not mind, because no matter what, it's going to taste delicious. Honestly, the funny part is I can grab this now. It has not been that long, and I could just grab this off of the roasting pan now. I mean, I could have tried to, what am I thinking of? Reduce the liquid, but again, impatient and I'm hungry. I don't do well on trying to make cooking tutorials, because I'm usually hungry. I'm usually trying to make dinner. I'm legitimately just making dinner. I tried to put some sweet potatoes on the plate, and I threw it right in my mouth. So, Not as fancy looking as the first time, but it's more food. I like more food. So, just arugula and sweet potato. Pretty good. I mean, those are sweet potatoes. When they get dark, they're just so much better. I feel like my first plate was a little bit more conjoining. Now I just can't help myself. I'm just hungry. But thanks for coming with me on this adventure. That was me just being hungry and cooking, which is almost every time I try to cook. But have a great night. Go ahead, comment if you have any ideas for simple cheap meals. I mean, in essence, everything cost me like, except for the maple syrup, which I had home, and the salt, the seasoning, and the soy sauce. Which, if you want to cheat, I mean, you can get a soy sauce pack maybe just at a Chinese restaurant. So yeah, this was $2.99, but how much I used? How much I actually used was like the equivalency of a soy sauce pack. With the maple syrup, maybe like a maple syrup pack. But at this point, it tastes delicious to me, except for the fact that I kind of drizzled a little bit more of the seasoning on top, so some of it's a little bit saltier than the rest. But don't chew and talk. Oh gosh. Okay. But, you know, I'm just hungry, and then I hurt myself if I keep talking again. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.